Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to see about Python classes and objects. So Python is a object-oriented programming language. So almost everything in Python is an object with its properties and methods. A class is like an object constructor or a blueprint for creating objects. Let's know more about classes in this video. So first I will show you how to create a class. To create a class, we should use the keyword class. So for example, here class keyword I have used, and after specifying the class keyword, I have to specify the name of the class. So here the name of the class is Techno. It can be yours, anything. So after specifying the name, you have to specify the colon, and after that you have to define the class. For that I am indenting a space, and after indenting I am defining something, some variable is equal to something, and after defining some variables I am also defining some functions inside the class. That is here the function is programs. Programs is a function and it has no arguments, and we haven't defined the function, so simply I have written pass. I will show you why I am writing pass here. It is a keyword in Python. So let's all get to know about class in this video. First I am opening the Python shell. Now first let's create a class. For creating a class I need to use the object class, the keyword class. So after specifying the class keyword I have to specify the name. Let the name be the Techno. After specifying I have to specify the colon, and now I am going to define this class. For that I am assigning a variable to be 10. So now I have assigned the variable x is equal to 10. So how to access a class in Python? So for accessing a class in every language you have to create an object first. So that for I am creating an object like this. It is easy to create object in Python. Here for creating object I have to specify it in a separate line. It should not be inside the class. So here let the object be p1. P1 is equal to Techno. P1 is equal to Techno of round brackets. So this implies P1 is an object that is assigned to the class Techno. So now we have created a class and object for that class. So using this object we can access this value x. For that you have to use the dot operator. That is nothing but, now I am printing the value of x. So this will give me an error, see. Yeah, see here, this gave me an error. Name x is not defined because we have defined x inside the class. So for accessing this x, you have to use this object that you have created to the class. So using the object and the dot operator, I am accessing this value x, that is p1.x. The syntax is nothing but you can access it by using the object and the dot operator and the variable. So this is the syntax for accessing an element inside the class. Now let's run it. Yeah, the output is printed, 10 is printed. In this way you can access the variables inside the class. Now we are going to define some functions inside the class and we are going to access it. For example, I am creating another class. Let the class name be function. After that I am assigning some value to be 10. So here I have assigned y is equal to 10. Let's define some function. Define First I will show you about the init function. In this way you have defined the init function. So this is a built-in function in Python. To understand the meaning of the classes, we have to understand the built-in init function. All the classes have a function called init. Whenever you are accessing this class, the init function will automatically called. That is, which is automatically executed when the class is being initiated. That is, whenever you are creating an object like this, the init function will automatically called. It is not necessary to call this init function because it is a built-in function. The use of the init function is to assign the values to object properties or other operations that are necessary to do when the object is being created. Wait, I will show you about this. These are the arguments that I have given inside this function. Okay, after defining a function, we have to specify the colon. Now I am specifying that self.name is equal to name and self.age is equal to age. I will tell you what is this self.operator means. I will show you later. After executing the program, I will show you. Now I am creating an object p2 is equal to function. To create an object to the class, this is the way, that is, we are assigning a variable to the class name. In this way you can create an object. After creating an object, I am printing. While creating an object, whenever this function is called, the init function will automatically execute it. Whenever the init function is executed, it will ask 3 arguments, that is self, name and age. But here it will ask only 2 arguments because self is a first argument and it is used for defining the function. So here you need to specify 2 arguments, name and age. That is, whenever you are declaring an object, you have to specify 2 arguments, that is name and age. For example, here I am specifying my name as Techno and age as 18. See here in the previous example we have defined only a variable, so we have created a class and we have called we have created an object p1 by specifying just the name and we haven't passed any parameters. But here we have defined a function called init and we have defined it with 2 arguments, so that we have to specify 2 arguments. Obviously here we have 3 arguments, but the first argument is a self argument. Now I am printing p2 dot name and p2 dot age. In this way you can access the elements inside this function, that is using the object and using the dot operator that we have seen before. So see here, now I am running the program. Yeah, it's running. See, Techno and 18 is printed, that is my name and age is printed. Now I will explain you what is the use of the self, the init function and all. Let's see. First we have defined a class and we have named the class as function. Yeah, that is clear. After defining the class, we have defined the built-in function. The built-in function is called the init function. That is, and after defining, while defining the init function, we have used the self, name and age. 3 arguments we have passed inside the self. But whenever you are defining a function inside a class, you have to use the first argument as a self, because the self parameter is a reference to the content of the instance of the class. That is, using the self only you can access the elements inside this function, because the function is within the class. So whenever you are defining a function and passing the arguments, you have to use the first argument as self, and after assigning the self only you can use the arguments that you can use it in your function. This is the case while defining a function inside the class. While defining a normal function, you don't have to use this self. It is not at all necessary. But while defining a class and defining the function inside the class, here we have defined the init function inside the class, we need to use the first argument as a self. It does not have to be named self. You can call it whatever you like, but it has to be the first parameter of any function in the class. And after assigning the self, I have to assign here self dot the particular name. Here the name might be name1 and age1. This is not necessary to be the name of the argument that you have assigned before. Here self.name1 means you are creating a variable, and here you have to access it name1 and age1. Right, now the definition is over. We have assigned the value name and age to the variables name1 and age1. So for giving reference to this name1 and age1 to this function, we have used the self argument. It does not have to be named self. You can call it whatever you like. For example, here it can be of myself. Then you have to use myself. It is not a predefined keyword. It should be a first argument, that's it. So that is. Now after defining the function, I have created an argument. I have created an object p2. p2 is equal to function of techno 18. That is, we are passing the name techno and 18 the age of techno. That is, name and age is passed successfully. As soon as I am creating an object, I have created an object with this arguments, because whenever I have created the object, init function will automatically execute it, like constructor. I have studied constructor in C program, because init function will be automatically executed. So only while I am declaring the object itself, I am calling it with some arguments. The init function will automatically called with this argument. After that, I am printing here p2 dot name. That is, p2 is an object, and we need to access this variables with the object p2 dot name1 and p2 dot age1. That is, this name1 and age1 will be accessed. Wait, I will run and show you. Again, it is techno 18. In the next video, we are going to see about the module concept. That will be more interesting. You can create your own module and you can use it in your program. If you haven't subscribed this channel, subscribe this. Thank you.